I remember it now, and I remember it well because I edited together the Royal Rumble from the women's division, and one of the moments of the Royal Rumble that was worth noting was when Peyton Royce surprisingly eliminated Asuka from the Royal Rumble after after jumping her right after though she went in after her tag team partner Billy Kay. And the fact of the matter is, much like Tegan Knox may have something to prove, Peyton Royce has unfinished business, but also something to prove against Asuka tonight. Not to say that her and Billy Kay are not together anymore, because the Royal Rumble is a different set of circumstances and a special occasion where tag teams put aside their partnership for the opportunity to become a WWE champion, or in this case, women's champion. But the fact of the matter we have the question. The one question is Peyton Royce capable of beating the Empress of Tomorrow? Just imagine how iconic, quote unquote, ignore the irony, but just imagine how iconic it would be for Peyton Royce if she can defeat the Empress of Tomorrow. Mistimed shots, mistimed opportunities. But Asuka got her. The stroke! The stroke! Jeff Jarrett would be proud. Asuka got some measure of revenge against, or showed why she was more than capable, or why maybe she showed why she was the one that eliminated Raquel Gonzalez from the Royal Rumble by defeating Raquel Gonzalez. And now Asuka has to stand across the ring from Peyton Royce. And if Peyton is capable of defeating Asuka, then that may derail some of the momentum that Asuka got from beating Raquel Gonzalez. But if Asuka can win, you gotta figure that Asuka may move into a top contendership for the other spot as, well, number one contender for a title shot at WrestleMania. Because Tegan Knox will go against one woman, that doesn't mean she's gonna go against both. It means one of them, either Becky or Natalya, will be without an opponent depending on who Tegan Knox fights. And if Asuka's the one against Natalya or Asuka's against Becky, either way, it's going to be quite a match. But also you leave out Charlotte Flair, you leave out Sasha Banks, Naomi, Bayley. The list goes on and on and on about possible opponents for either Becky Lynch or Natalya. And also you don't even factor in Kaylee Ray, the NXT champion, still needing to defend her title at the Showcase of the Immortals as well, because sooner rather than later we will have the opportunity presents itself for the NXT champion to find out who he will be fighting at WrestleMania, that being the technician, Drew Gulak. We'll find out his number one contender when the top contenders collide in a fatal four-way. Asuka gets back up. Asuka hits her signature move, the flying hip attack. No, Peyton Royce goes for a crossbody again. Does not follow it up with an instantaneous cover, but she wastes a little bit of time. I mean, you can't waste that time with Asuka. You can't waste that time with somebody who spent the better part of a year and a half undefeated in WWE. Wrist clutch, T-bone. Oh, a wrist clutch. Sit out slam. Shades of a Cade slam from Lance Cade. Peyton Royce blocks Asuka like Asuka blocked her. Peyton Royce gets blocked again by Asuka. German suplex. Titan snug from Asuka on Peyton Royce. The one thing that I realized from watching the Royal Rumble match was that maybe I need to branch into some more variety within the ranks of the women's division and not just focus on my favorites, even though, can you blame me for doing that? And also, if you date back to the variety that was a part of Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose's feud, To a point, I would say there was variety infused in that, but there's been a little breaking up here and there and sometimes with that rivalry, or with the women's division, you could say. But like with the men's side, there's some unfinished business from the Royal Rumble match that we need to get to. Asuka, Peyton Royce hit a nice apron, apron assisted. Of course it was apron assisted. She dove off the apron. A nice hurricanrana off the apron, and she got her back rammed. Lower back rammed, specifically, into the barricade by Asuka. Juji Katami by Asuka, softening up the arm for the Asuka lock, no doubt. Cross body block this time. It was blocked by Asuka. She saw it coming. It's like what happened with Dakota Kai in her match with Becky Lynch. You can't go to the well one too many times in a match against somebody like Asuka. Asuka sends Peyton Royce face first into the ring post. Asuka sends Peyton Royce face first into the ring post. Peyton Royce sends Asuka up the ramp. Peyton Royce sends Asuka up the ramp. She's trying for a count out. She's trying for a count out. Peyton Royce tried for a count out. Schoolgirl, but gets the rope break. Schoolboy gets the rope break. Peyton Royce, fourth time is the charm. Final cut by Peyton Royce on Asuka. Final cut by Peyton Royce on Asuka. And Peyton Royce with the shock victory. Peyton Royce with the shock victory. What a victory for Peyton Royce against the former women's champion, the Empress of Tomorrow. Peyton Royce breaks out of it. Peyton Royce breaks out of it. She's not done going after the Empress of Tomorrow. There's unquestionably going to be some with the way Peyton Royce is going, there may be unfinished business here with her and Asuka. She picks up Asuka on the floor. Another final cut on the floor from Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce may have just put herself in position to become #1 contender for whatever champion is not chosen by Tegan Nox to challenge at WrestleMania. Could Peyton Royce be #1 contender? Could Peyton Royce have earned her spot as a possible challenger for one of the women's championships at WrestleMania? You're going to have to wait and find out, because we are done for now. This is me signing off until next time. I will see you again soon.